Hi there, this is a marathon submission video for the game Lassie. It is a European exclusive PS2 game, and it is based off of the 1973, I think is what the year is, 1970 movie. So we're going to be playing through all of these levels. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 of them that we'll be playing. The one at the very bottom is actually a mini game. Essentially, the story of this game is you're playing as Lassie, who gets her pup stolen by a very mean guy whose name is Eddie Hines. Time is going to start when we click continue, and as you can see, the music is already hyping us up, so let's get started. So this is the first level. Lassie's on the trail. We're going to be finding our first pup here. This is mostly just going to be a lot of running and a little bit of platforming, so we're going to do that first little jump. You're going to see me collect these bones throughout a lot of the levels. These are speed boosts, as you can tell. These gave a huge amount of speed, and there's a couple of them scattered about on the map. They're going to be a little bit more useful and a little bit harder to get actually on the next level. We also need to grab 2 bones. Those are the bones that we just picked up that are not speed bones actually. So we need to remember to pick those up. We have the first one right here. That's the easiest one to get. We need to grab at least 1 more on the next level in order to do an area later on. I'm gonna grab another speed boost right here. All these levels have different kind of gimmicks to them. We'll be going over those later on, but this is not going to be the only thing that we're going to be doing. We have a little platforming section here. This is the hardest part of the level, and we nailed it. So Lassie doesn't really control like most characters. She actually controls more like a tank, a drivable car. She's really like stiff. It's really difficult to turn her around in a full 180 on a dime, and overall she just doesn't control amazingly. Also, this music is going to loop the entire time for this level with the same little demeanor. It gets very annoying when you're trying to grind out runs after a while. Here we go, we're coming to the end here, and there is our missing pup. And that was the first level. There is a little mini game that we could do which regards to you taking care of your pups. I don't know what happens if you fail or like you don't take care of them well enough. I'm going to assume nothing, but we're going to be skipping that during the menuing. So next level is going to be Downhill Pursuit. This is actually one of the harder levels in the game. We're going to be going down a very snowy hill trying to find our next pup, and we have to hit as many speed boosts as we can. This area lags a lot, so it makes it really hard to hit these speed boosts, so I'm going to do my best in order to do so. We also don't want to hit any of this terrain. If you do, you end up slowing down, which we don't want to end up happening. There is a health bar, but we're never going to run out of health, so it doesn't really affect us too much. Alright, and this is going to be the last one right here. We missed it. That's okay. This is also the level, as you can see, the rough ground will slow down. This is the level where we grab the second bone. We actually do need to grab this. If we don't, then it makes another area significantly longer. So I'm going to be careful to grab one. I'm trying to not turn as much as I can. For whatever reason, this game actually has random lag spikes on this level, which will slow you down a lot, especially since we're timed RTA. And it's kind of tied to your movement, so I'm trying to take very specific lines in order to avoid that lag. And again, you know, we have more great music. There we go, that's gonna be the second bone we take. We get a weird slowdown here that if you wiggle, you kind of move a little bit faster. I don't know what happens. It has to do with like the angle, I guess, that the game's physics are programmed, but yeah. Here we go, gonna try and avoid those. We're gonna do a little small skip here. The pup is going to run to us and that ends the level. And we're gonna use our momentum to actually slide into the pup. And there we go. That's going to be the second level done, and we also get a weird glitch here where it kind of freezes. This isn't like just a broken copy on my game. I thought it was at first. It's, nope, just a thing the game does on all the versions. So this is actually probably the quote-unquote most annoying level of the game, but it's also the only one with an actual skip in it. Roundabout Lassie. So if you have ever played Zelda Twilight Princess, you know that when it comes to sheep and goat herding in video games, those are the best levels. So we need to herd these sheep in a very specific way. We actually need to herd the red and yellow sheep into the barns, and then we need to take one of the blue or white sheep over to another area later on. We got some bad RNG. These sheeps are very annoying and are completely random. Normally you want them to go over in that direction towards the other one where we end up sending the yellow sheep. However, we got bad RNG. It's kind of random what their feeding patterns are. This is a really, really bad one. So we'll see if we can recover it. The AI in this game is very directional in the sense that they can't actually get around objects. They kind of just base their movement off of where Lassie is. This isn't as big of a problem here. In fact, it's how we do a skip in a moment. But later on, it actually can become a problem on the next level. So we're gonna bring this one over. It's kind of hard to tell like what's a good strategy for this because the RNG is so random and the AI is so bad that we can't really coordinate them in a consistent manner. I know one of the other runners, Peter, actually tries to go for both sheep at the same time for the colors. What I end up doing is I'll guide one there and then I'll guide the other. I found that's actually a little bit better. Also, I'm waiting for this guy to actually come over here. If you push this sheep into the corner before he gets to the gate, they'll get stuck on each other and you'll soft lock the game. Here we go. We're going to be taking one of our sheeps over here. Normally, you're supposed to lead the white sheep and the black sheep over to that other side. However, what we're going to do is we're going to push this goat into this corner. We're going to line ourselves up and let's see if we get this first try. We did. All right. So that was called sheep skip. We jump off the sheep, jump onto the bush, and then we can... Oops, there we go. So we can actually push the sheep into a good position and jump off of it, and that's it. There's nothing too much to it. That's the best skip in the game, but don't worry, we still got some great levels going on for the rest of the run. In fact, this next one is one of my favorite. If you guys have played Metal Gear Solid, Splinter Cell, this is going to be an homage to it. It's going to be one of the greatest stealth levels you've ever played in the history of the world. As you can see here, Lassie is now having to sneak in to a mansion in order to find her pups. We need to avoid these guards. So they do have random patterns. Sometimes the game does give you an unwinnable pattern. I'm going to take the safe route here. Sometimes you can squeeze through that guy. However, I'm not going to do that. So there's our pup right there. We're going to be going around this building. That pup can actually be very annoying, is usually how you get caught out on this level. The pup does run faster than the guards. However, there's a lot of times where it will not be able to follow Lassie as well. So you end up getting situations where your puppy will actually get stuck between you and a guard, and then you end up losing the level. Lots and lots of runs have been killed here. So we have one right there. A smart thing is to do is if you aren't sure about a guard in your way, you can bait them over to the hedge and they'll actually climb over the hedge, which is good for us because then they'll be on the other side and it kind of lets us manipulate them better. But it looks like we got like perfect RNG. It's actually completely random. We could have like two guards right here blocking the stairs, and then you gotta take a completely separate path. So sometimes that happens, but we got really good luck, and that is going to be the level. And I can't believe that goal to then. I can't believe this is on a good pace. So this next one, Lassie the Miner, it's very similar to the first level. We do have two possible RNG patterns. We're actually going to be doing a little bit of lag reduction at the very beginning here. First things first, I'm not going to be holding forward, otherwise Lassie will be in the wrong direction. As you can see, it was very laggy in that spot, so we're going to be looking down in order to reduce as much lag as we can. In the meantime, we have some very relaxing spa music, you know, just looking for our pup who is possibly starving to death. NBD. Gonna do a really cool coyote jump right there. Our camera's gonna realign itself for whatever reason as we enter this tunnel, but that's alright. We're gonna be holding down and it fixes itself. And then right about here, we can actually look up and our FPS is fine. So left is a little bit slower and we got left, but that's okay. It's like literally a 2-second difference, I think. The good thing about this level is, or part, is that we get speed boosts on this path. Even if it is a little bit slower of a path, we still at least have those. And I get to show off another path, or another little trick as well. I'm gonna grab another speed boost here. Awesome. So this is probably where I would be having the donation readers read a couple of donations, and it's a little bit of downtime in the run before we get to the final level. We're gonna come right here. That's gonna trigger the pup to walk over to us, and then we're gonna jump right into it. Perfect. And yeah, it's about 2 seconds slower of a path. So this is just desserts. This is where we are going to trap the man who stole our children, Eddie Von Hyde. I'm pretty sure he was a character in the Lassie universe, the Lassie cinematic universe. I don't know a whole lot about it, but unfortunately, I've never been very good at the lore. So during this level, we're supposed to find the entrance to the underground castle area, these guard dogs, and we actually need them in order to push on basically some things, platforms, in order to unlock gates. These guys love to get stuck on walls. So I'm going to be taking these very large corners and lines in order to make sure this guy isn't going to end up getting stuck on a wall, because they cannot readjust their angles, so they will constantly run into the wall until the end of time. So we need 2 of these guys, and we need to offer them bones. That's why we grabbed those at the first 2 levels. You can find more around here. You get more as the game goes on. Alright, these guys are still following us. Also, this is the last level, and probably the worst music, because, you know, we're trying to find our last missing pup. So I'm gonna make sure these guys are following. Alright. So, first one's gonna be right here. That's Eddie Von Hyde. So we need to push this guy on there. He's gonna stay there. So Eddie will do a little bit of damage to us, but we actually want him to follow us. The reason for that is we need to lead him up here anyway. So if we do it like this, then he will be here ready to go. Oh, that's bad. Alright, there we go. So that's going to lead him into there. He's going to fall down. And then I'm doing some movement using Eddie to follow along. Decent movement, and time is going to end right here. And well, it looks like I got world record in my marathon submission video, but that is Lassie. We defeat the bad guy, we save our pup, and Joe, the owner of Lassie, calls the police on this guy and gets him arrested. And the police constable comes over to Lassie and goes, "Thank you, Lassie. You are a true hero. You've done this whole county a great service. Couldn't ask for a better cinematic ending." But now Lassie and Joe, they're all one big happy family with all the pups, and we get a very nice happy ending. You know, what else did you expect? Also, a fun little Easter egg is this game actually is a big supporter of streaming services, which is why one of the last dogs is named Twitch. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Didn't expect to get a good time, let alone world record, in a marathon submission video, but we got it somehow. Hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, thank you for watching.